What is up, everybody? It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe show. As always, I like to say you're blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem. I am the host of Epic Conversations, and the Dr. Vibe show is the place for epic conversations. Also, 2018 Innovation Award winner by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. And as always, you're blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem. We don't got a lot of time to spend with this black male thought leader, so we're going to make every second count. He is LeRon Barton. For those who've been around with the Dr. Vibe show a while, you know who it is, who he is. But I'll let him give a quick intro, and we're going to get right to our epic conversation tonight. So what is up, LeRon?
Hey, what's going on, Dr. Vibe, man? Always good to be here. Always a wonderful time. My name is LeRon Barton. I'm a writer, originally from Kansas City, Missouri, home of the best barbecue in the entire world. Chiefs, Royals, you digs. I'm from 63rd Street, South Side. I live in San Francisco right now. I've written 2 books, Straight Dope, a 360-degree look into American drug culture. And my latest book, All We Really Need Is Love, Stories of Dating, Relationships, Heartbreak, and Marriage. I write essays about race, mass incarceration, gender, as well as dating and politics. My work has been featured in Salon, the Elephant Journal, the Good Men Project. It's been a lot. East Bay Express, Ravishly. I've been quoted in Newsweek. I'm also a TEDx speaker, and I'm ready to get it. Oh, and also a shout out to Media Diversity, who has been publishing my stuff lately. Wonderful outfit out of the UK. So I'm really happy to be working with some of the folks across the pond. You know what I mean?
And LeRon, and we're getting a little bit of feedback here, but LeRon is a perfect example of going outside his immediate area to make things happen.
Absolutely, man.
Where's Media Diversified based?
They're in London. Yeah, so it's a little story behind that, and I'm just gonna keep it all the way live. I'm at a point in my career where I don't write for free anymore. So I wanted to get with someone that just has sort of a bigger reach, and I wanted to work with a platform that specializes in race and culture and whatnot. So we have a wonderful relationship, and they were able to publish this article, and it's just the response has been really good. So I'm super juiced about that, as the young kids would say.
There have been an uptick in your journey, correct?
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Excellent. Well, I'm happy for you on that. Just want to shout out some people real quick here on the Periscope. Flo M. Bernard is on with us, and also J Money Queen Bee has joined. Thank you. And then on the Mixler, which is a live audio stream.
Nice.
It is Yo Bro Radio. And
okay, right on.
The hiss. That's something I've got to figure out. It's a challenge I'm having on the mixer, but I am working on it. So my apologies. But let's get to this tonight. You are writing this article, or written this article called "The Minimizing of Sexual Assault of Black Boys."
Right.
Why?
Well, it's something that I've always really been curious about. Like, why, when we talk about rape and the sexual molestation and just the sexual abuse of people, it always sort of veers towards women. Now, obviously, women are much more susceptible to being victims, and they are raped and they are sexually assaulted at a higher level. But what I wanted to focus on is that, why do we look at the black man, the black boy, as a person who is not able to be victimized? We're looking at at a young black boy having sex at a young age with an older woman is almost as like a rite of passage, as sort of something that if it happens, cool. Hey, that's just something that just happens in the hood. And we don't understand just how harmful and just how dangerous that is. And so I just wanted to just write about that. And it's funny how, like, you know, we have the movements like, yo, like, what is it, like Me Too, Time's Up. They they never focused on, you know, men, particularly black men, because in America, black people, we have a certain black men's sexuality is always sort of taboo. It's always a subject that is really sort of dangerous, and you know it doesn't want to be touched. You know we don't like to acknowledge that, you know, during slavery, black boys and black men were raped by white men and women. So I mean that's something that is not acknowledged. And so I just wanted to just sort of just like start this conversation by saying that, you know, it's not normal for a young black boy at the age of 12 to be having sex with a 22-year-old woman just to sort of like take his virginity. Like that's really kind of sick. You dig?
You know, this is a very interesting article, and a very interesting subject, especially in light of obviously one of the most prominent things in the news media as a whole, R. Kelly issue.
Right. Yeah.
And I
You
know,
know, exactly.
so Mike, I guess going a little bit deeper, you're writing this article when all the attention is on sexual abuse of women.
Right.
Did you purposely do that, or is this something that you were wanting to write for a while?
This is something that I've been wanting to write for a while. You know, you know, if you read the article, like I don't think that I mentioned R. Kelly in there at all. Just for I mean, if it's, you know, if we're gonna keep it funky, I think that if I would have mentioned R. Kelly, then you would have had people read it and say, "Oh my God, he's trying to defend R. Kelly. He's trying to, you know, make a justification for why R. Kelly did these things." So I wanted I didn't want R. Kelly to distract from the meat of the article. I mean, but if you look at it, you know, R. Kelly was molested at a very young age. So not saying that that did have an impact or it didn't have an impact on his alleged activities, but it's definitely something worth looking into. And it's funny how, you know, we often want to attack the symptom, but I'm sorry, we want to attack the symptom, but we don't want to attack the disease itself. Yes, you know, R. Kelly allegedly being a pedophile is a terrible thing, but my question is, how did he get there? And if this had something to do with how he viewed sexuality, then maybe then we could sort of go even further and ask ourselves two questions. Why is it normal for a young black boy to have sex at such a young age? And the second question, Dr. Bob, is why are we not concerned about it? Why is it just looked at as just okay, well, you know, that's you know that's manhood, and just most importantly, why do we like laugh at it and sort of downplay it, you know?
Let me ask in this regard.
Sure.
One of the powerful statements you make in the article is there's a long-standing belief that men and boys cannot be raped.
Absolutely. Yeah. So when we talk about rape, you know, we immediately talk about penetration, right? You know, because I mean, rape, you know, has to, you know, as a young man, I'm sorry, as a man, we have to forcefully penetrate a woman. But and it's one of those things where it's like we sort of believe that, you know, all boys are like horny all the time. Like you know, like someone really close to me, you know, read this piece and she's like, you know, LeRon, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm having a really hard time with this because I don't buy it. Like, yo, like, you know, men want it all the time. You know, it's funny, I was gonna name it, he was asking for it, but it's like, I was like, let's not sort of like sensationalize it. But you know, there's this trope where, you know, boys are just hard up for it, you know, all the time. And, you know, in the piece, I talk about the history of Black men also being sort of being like horny all day long. Like we're like these sexual savages. And so, a lot of people have sort of internalized that thought, Dr. Vibe, and whether we want to admit it or not, to quote the great Dr. Tommy Curry, as well as the great Dr. Lawrence Rashid, a sort of a anti-black misandrous view on Black men and boys. Like, where they it's sort of a pathology that we are just always just ready to just mount somebody, that if a woman has sex with us, it was always welcome, you know.
Understood. Before we continue further, I just want to shout out to loyal supporter Claude Diamond on Periscope, and also thank you,
What's
Joyce.
up, Claude Diamond? I haven't
Yeah,
heard that name in a long time, for real.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes. And Joyce Snow also on Periscope. Thank you so much for tuning in, listening. And again, if you have any questions or comments on Periscope, I
Right.
can see them. On YouTube, I can see them. Yo Bro Radio says this is a good show. First time listening to the Mixer app. Thank you so much. We do our best to
That's
provide.
what's up.
We do our best to provide epic conversations.
That's right.
So, you I always like to find out your thought process. How long did it take from the thought of this article to when it was complete?
Man, so I've been talking. So a lot of times, Dr. Rob, I'll get an idea, right? And it's like, I'll kick it around for like months or even for like years. Like I've been talking about writing this since last year. It was just that, things come up, pieces I can write quicker and easier. And so, I'll put something on the back burner, but I just felt like, okay, so I don't have anything in front of me at this moment. So, let's just kind of start writing it. I mean, it's just like like right now, right? Like, so very, very, very soon, I'm going to start writing on my interracial piece, which I mean, sorry, like interracial dating piece, which is something I've been talking about for a couple years. And it's just, I'm just really just going to put it down, but a lot of times it's just like, I'll write like little pieces here and there. I'll set it to the side and I'll sort of come back to it. And yeah, so this one, it actually flowed a lot easier. It's funny because a lot of times, like I put a lot of pressure on myself to write something that I feel would be really impactful. I wanted this to be great. You know what I mean? And I think it's a very important piece because what's because what's funny, Dr. Bob, is like when I was doing the research for this piece, there wasn't a lot of stuff to really draw from. And that was the sad part, right? So, I had Dr. Tommy Curry's book, The Man Nine, which is something I just highly recommend everyone pick up. He also did another paper with a woman named Ebony Utley, I believe that's her name. It's called She Touched Me, I think. And it's an academic paper, and it's talking about, boys being, like now grown men, but they're sort of recalling their first, I guess, a situational sexual experience with older women. But I mean, just like little things, like here and there, and so, but there isn't a lot to be written about this, and so I just felt that it was really important for me to write something and to just add it to the canon, like so later someone who will research this, they will find that LeRon Barton's also added to that. And I'm really excited to do that, just to be able to add another layer to the discussion of sexual assault of Black boys.
You do some great introspection in this article, talking about this experience when you were growing up. Can you share a little bit about that with the audience this evening?
Yeah. So I mean, like, growing up, this was a common thing, man. I mean, like, you would hear, from friends, hey, I got with so and so's, like, older sister, or just some old some older woman around the block. Like I remember, I gosh, I had an account. I mean, like, I was 18, but still young. I was with a woman who was like 13, 14 years older than me. That's there's like, if we're gonna be honest, like an 18-year boy, there's nothing that should be attractive about me to her, right? But that happened. There was a specific situation where my mother had a friend who liked me, and she kind of deaded that. She kind of deaded the friendship, stopped it. And in the paper, I asked, I was like, well, what happened to her? And she said, oh, she didn't come around because she liked you. So like, I don't think we understand like how much that can warp a young man's view of sex and sexuality. Like it's like that's not a situation that is okay. And it's one of those things where it's like if we had a male teacher, right, like who was, like in the piece I referenced, like the rapper Tech Nine was, I think he was like 14, 15, had an affair with his like 22, 23-year-old teacher. Now reverse the gender roles. If that were a man with a younger woman, he would be sent to prison. He would be, there'd be like just like the riots after him. But because it's a woman, you know, the guy has to be the one that initiated it, though, because we have the penis, because we are the penetrator. It's so, I mean, yeah, it's definitely a lot of black misandry there.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that. Do you feel that this has been an elephant in a room subject for many years in the black environment?
Absolutely, man. I mean, I feel like that with discussions like this, we have to. So in the black community, the black man, we're blamed for everything, right? I mean, like it's very easy for us to be picked on because everybody shits on a black man. Excuse my language, but in this situation, we have, looking at the uh, the woman as the abuser. Is that something that we really want to talk about? I mean, it's like, again, like, because the black boy is never really looked at as a boy. I mean, hell, man, like in the hood, like you know you reach quote unquote manhood at a very early age. So I think that we've internalized a lot of uh, racist views on you know on manhood, masculinity, and this is just another facet of it. It's like the black boy, he can never be innocent. He's always got to be up to something, and this is just another facet of it.
When you had mentioned when you had written this article, some of the response that you have you received more pushback or
No, you know what?
support on this one?
No, what's interesting? There hasn't been a lot of pushback. There's just been embraced by black men. I mean, like black women have been really silent on it. And I think, I mean, I shouldn't say completely 100% silent, but they. So when I wrote my piece, why I don't code switch, like that thing just blew up. Like it was probably shared about 5,000 times, right? This one hasn't even cracked 1,000. And that's because I think that we are indicting black women, or shouldn't say even indict, but we're definitely looking at them as, okay, you are the predator here. You like, anyone knows, man, that, like, in our community, you can't criticize black women. You crazy? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, they can do no wrong. So, and it's not that I'm bashing, because, I love black women. I come from a black woman, but I'm just putting a sort of a scope, a magnifying glass to this problem. And I mean, this isn't, you know, men assaulting men. I mean, these are women taking advantage of young boys, and knowing that, no one's going to believe her. I'm sorry, no one's going to believe him, because of the way that we secretly really look at black men.
It's it seems that and maybe I'm going out too much on a limb here, that black boys are in a no-win situation.
100%. 100%. I mean, because look, man, like, there's already a stereotype of us, having babies, all, like all around the place, right? Like, we're, in the piece, I talk about, we're lauded for our supposed sexual prowess, but we're not really looked at as a three-dimensional person. Yeah,
Would you would you also say then that from the time a black boy is born, he's viewed as a predator?
100%. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, if you look at what happened in New York, they call it Cornerstone Caroline. This white woman accused this 9-year-old black boy of touching her butt. He didn't do anything like that, and so on. So I mean, it just goes to show you that, like, look at the way that we looked at Tamir Rice. Cop hopped out, hop out the vehicle and just killed Tamir Rice, because we don't look at black boys the way that we look at other boys. If you look at Mike Brown's another example, he's like a 16, 17, 18-year-old young man, but he's looked at as like a hulking monster. So we don't get to enjoy that sort of that adolescence, that childhood. That's something that Dr. Curry often talks about in the man not, how from pretty much from youth, like, like black men are viewed as savages. And I'm just sort of just like taking that a step further, that we don't even get a chance to really uh, enjoy youth. From the womb to the tomb, we're labeled as a monster.
Just before I go a little further, want to shout out to Herbie on the Get Vocal platform. He's also shared the conversation on my Twitter feed, and also
Okay.
Luke. I believe Luke is over in Europe. He's saying
What's up,
whole
Luke?
lot he's saying whole lot of serious on Get Vocal tonight. So
Absolutely. We ain't messing around.
yeah, no, we ain't playing around. We are not. We're not messing around on this. With your going into this subject, how much has it had you think about your being as a black man?
I mean, this is just a fact. It's just a fact of life. I mean, this isn't anything extra, to be honest with you, Dr. Bob. I mean, this is just another, it's just another facet of my life. I mean, it's one of those things where, it comes with the job. I mean, it's like our existence is really like a lot of the danger of black men face is because of our maleness. It's because of the stereotypes. Not only because we're black. See, like, and I'm keeping it all the way live. I'm a big critic of intersectionality, because it doesn't really include black men. This right here, this is intersectional. You know what I mean? Because it's like we're targeted because we're black boys, and because they know that society always views us as just these uh these sexual beings. So if we're going to talk about intersectionality and all that garbage, then at least let's acknowledge that many of these attacks on Black men are because we are men.
Just a few comments here. Yo Bro Radio is saying, I'm labeled as a monster as well, just by being a different color. And also having this part of the there's a number of interesting things. I know we're gonna have to start winding it down because I know your time is limited, but
Sure.
it popped into my mind here. What effect has this does this have on Black men's emotions?
Well, Black men, we're not see, unfortunately, and this is something within our community. This is also something that we perpetuate ourselves. Is like Black men are just not allowed to be vulnerable. One of my most favorite pieces I've written is like called "Men and the Need to Be Vulnerable." You and we discussed it on your platform, and it's that Black men don't get a chance to just cry, get a chance to doubt themselves, to be scared, to be unsure. And so we always have to sort of hold this shield. And this is this is just a part of it. Like, to all the Black men that this has happened to, man, I'm really holding a space for you. You know what I mean? You're like, this piece is for you, because I'm acknowledging how dangerous it is to have sexual contact at such a young age, how it just twists you up early. This is a traumatic experience. It may seem cool, but it's really not. It's horrible. Like, this is rape, man. You're like, let's just call it what it is. You feel like it's rape, it's sexual assault, it's molestation. Like, and we need to figure out why is this happening. Like, this piece is given a voice, but it's not really asking why it's happening, right? So maybe in the future, I'll ask, why do women, why do these women go after these young boys? I'm sorry, but I can't hear you.
Got it now. So what are you, as we wind it down here, what are you looking to suggest solution wise for Black men who have been sexually assaulted?
Therapy. I go to a I look I'm look I go to a counselor, and I will forever pump mental health, like forever. Me going to a therapist was one of the best things I ever did, and that is something in the community that we do not talk about a lot. Unfortunately, we view that as weakness. Folk would be like, "Are you crazy?" Like, but it has nothing to do with you being insane. It's like a physical checkup. I mean, this is what I tell people. Just imagine you're going to somebody who is totally unbiased, who is there for you, to listen to you, to help you, and to answer any questions that you may have, and to help you go, and to help you get through that. Dude, that's amazing. Like, and there's freak therapy, there's slide and scale therapy, but just get in and be seen, man. Too many times, Black men, we bottle this stuff up, and we don't release it. And going back to men and the need to be vulnerable piece, I believe I talk about that. If we do not properly release this, and if we deal with it with like self-medication, through drugs, through alcohol, or it even unleashes through violence, like, it's going to manifest itself. Like, this is not something that you're going to be able to hold in for the rest of your life. It's it's going to it's going it's going to happen. So I just feel like that, it could affect your health. You know what I mean? So like we need to really just we need to really deal with this.
Well, I know you got to run, and this conversation is just
Um,
starting to get really good. So I don't.
I'm sorry, Doctor. I have a question for you. Has anyone made any comments about this? I'm just curious. Shout out to Leah though, for real. Sweetie, I totally agree. Intersectionality, it just like it's such an incomplete theory, like because like we're trying to we're trying to put black men in male categories just because they're men, but in actuality black men have never really been allowed to fully become men. We don't get a chance to really, I guess, lack of a better term, utilize patriarchy, nor will we ever really want to. I mean, hell, like black families, like black communities, mainly a matriarchal environment. So I, I mean, I don't know, but I mean, that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day.
Absolutely. And you asked about comments, and they came.
Nice. What's
Also,
up?
Yo Bro and Leah says, well said. Yo Bro Radio says, I agree with him. Mental health in general is not taken seriously in the Black community.
That's what's up. Well, yeah, no, like, we need to get we need to make mental health a top priority. Like, I'm definitely going to write about that
Good.
in the future. I've written about it before, but I really want to like pump that and like we need to see somebody. I mean, just man, just if you just go there to just unload, it'll really be beneficial to you.
Okay. Well, I know you've got to run.
That's what's up.
So if you can just give your contact
Yes,
information
sir.
off, and I will close out the conversation.
Absolutely. Well, Dr. Bob, thank you for allowing me to be on your platform once again. I do not, man, dude, I do not take this for granted. Leah, thank you so much. Herbie, shout out to you. Everybody listening. My name is LeRon Barton. I can be found at www.leronbarton.com. That's LeronBarton. I can also be found on Twitter at mainline LeRon. I'm on Instagram at LeRon L. Barton, and I have my professional writing page on Facebook. It's LeRon L. It's facebook.com/ LeRon L. Barton. I'm always looking for constructive feedback, dialogue, and yeah, and again, Dr. Bob, thank you for allowing me to be on the show.
You've been on enough now. It's part of your platform too. So
Exactly.
it's not just me alone. I'll let you go and I will close out. Is that because I know you got to run?
All right, all right, cool. You guys take care. God bless.
Be well and keep the faith.
Yes, sir.
All right, everyone. LeRon has jumped off, and we'll just close it out here. And I will say, first of all, thanks to everyone who jumped in. Leah, thank you very much. Herbie, thank you very much on the Get Vocal platform. On Periscope, You for Sight, Joyce Snow. I know there's at least one or two more that have stepped in, but I can't catch them right now. On the Mixer platform, Yobro Radio, also Claude Diamond. Yobro Radio, you want his Twitter information? I will put it right now in the Mixer feed. Mainline LeRon is his Twitter handle. Thank you so much. Also, people who are watching on the wonderful platform of YouTube. Had some people. Plum Jade. Therapy looked down in Black community for most part. Problem will not fix itself. Excellent commentary piece. So we'll definitely have LeRon back on. If you go to my website, and I'll give you the information here, LeRon has been on a number of times, video-wise and audio-wise. So he's very, very adept and very passionate about a lot of challenges that are in, especially the Black community. As for myself, I am Dr. Vibe. I'm a host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe show. Website address is thedrvibeshow.com. You can put the www in front or the HTTPS, etc. If you want to listen to replays of my epic conversations video-wise, you can go to Get Vocal. You can go to YouTube. If you go to YouTube, put in the search engine, the space, DR period space, VIBE space, SHOW, and you'll catch about 500 replays of epic conversations. On the audio stream, if you want to catch replays of the audio conversations, again, you can go to my website. You can also go to Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Google Play Music, iHeartRadio. You can actually catch selected audio replays at thegoodmenproject.com, also WJMS Radio out of New York, and Mile High Radio out of Denver, Colorado. Now, if you are looking for some empowerment coaching, you can catch me at my website called, I totally forgot my website address now. That is so funny. I have can't even remember it. I'm having a funny moment. I can't remember my coaching address, but I am a certified empowerment coach, president and CEO of Express Your Vibe. There you go. Express Your Vibe Coaching and Communications. That's what it's called. Express Your Vibe Coaching. That's what it is. If you'd like a complimentary session, reach out to me on Twitter at DRVIBESHOW. Email wise, dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. Or you can go to my website, go to the top, click on connect or contact Dr. Vibe, and you'll be able to email me or send an audio message right from my website. I am a brand ambassador for the only online magazine dedicated to African Americans in food, wine, and travel. The name of the magazine is called Cuisine Noir Magazine. Website address is cuisinenoirmag.com. Also, if you are an entrepreneur or business and you're looking for media promotion, I run a service called Getting Media Coverage where I help businesses and entrepreneurs elevate their business, product, or service. Bam! Now, a few final things. Dr. Vibe is going to be at a major conference coming up on February 28th and March 1st, the end of this week. It's a National Fatherhood Conference for Canada, Canada's National Fatherhood Conference. I'll be holding a table discussion, asking fathers interesting questions about what are you afraid of as a father? I will be audio recording it and with permission be rebroadcasting that epic conversation. So look for that in a few weeks' time. Finally, like to close out with a few things. Live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Next up, sometimes you have to get smaller to get stronger. Block assumptions and then aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. I'd like to thank everyone who caught this epic conversation, either audio-wise or video-wise. And if you caught it live or on the replay, it's appreciated and not taken for granted. Please follow me on Twitter and you'll catch my upcoming epic conversations. God bless. Peace to all. Keep the faith. If you're on Get Vocal, I may be around for a few minutes. Everyone else, I'm shutting down now. Thanks. And also, reach out to me if there's any conversation topics you'd like me to host. Love to get all your suggestions and have conversations with them on. God bless. Good night, everybody. Good night, Mr. C. Good night, Yo Bro Radio. Yo Bro Radio, I'll be reaching out to you in a few minutes. Good night.